Good Hold on, I want... Good evening, morning, afternoon, freaks and geeks. This is Reluge, and... I found my tarot cards. That means we're hopefully finishing on Ashley Dennett. God. Or iconic Ashley God. Full of yourself, are you? So, before I get into the actual reading, because I want to demonstrate how I've learned how to do an actual proper reading. Because I'm going to say once again, majority of the time, she doesn't even really fully explain. She doesn't show drawing the cards or shuffling the cards or anything. And a few of the videos, she didn't even show the cards. She just went... This person was jealous, and she went and to take out the opposition. She hired a guy to take out her, take care of her problem. But you get what I mean? It's like, it barely looked like she was looking at the card. She didn't show us what card it was, and she was just doing her narrative. This time, she's actually being like, the cards are telling me, but we don't see the cards. So let's load up.
Solving the mystery of the death of Ashley Jeanette. So I just wanted to do another reading to see like how she was feeling at the time and what her mindset was at her time of death, because it can give me a clue into whether she did it herself or if someone else did it to her. Because when I was doing my readings, as I was doing...
These are annoying. They're not buttons, they're touch. There we go.
And then I'm like, it just seemed like someone did something to her. So I'm like, let me...
I'm just going to bring up all the same points as before. How do you know you weren't there? You're not a forensic specialist. You didn't look at... God, fuck off, C-Girl. Seriously. She didn't look at the scene. She didn't hear the argument. All she's going with is the same information that I'm going with. That the fact that people think that it looks like suicide but her parents are thinking, no, there's something else going on.
What happened to her? And so it did seem like the reading could mean that someone did something to her, but when I heard my readings, listening back, it sounded like someone who just wanted relief. And that is really what a lot of people who commit suicide want.
You mentioned this in your previous video as well. Oh. I hate when people just repeat themselves.
They want relief from pressures, thoughts, and just they may be feeling bad and just really wanting to be relieved from that feeling. So it is possible that she did it to herself. So I just want to do another reading to get more information on that. And I talked so much on this that I'm going to have to do that reading next.
Why? Oh, alright. Let's just go to the next one.
Solving the mystery of the death of Ashley Jeanette continues. So I drew some cards to see what was her mindset during this time. And then we have...
Why did you have to reverse it? What are these cards trying to tell me? A receipt on a target?
A receipt, and we have the labyrinth.
Oh, the labyrinth.
These cards are very positive type cards, but they still can give me a message regarding this incident of the demise of Ashley Jeanette. The labyrinth card talks about somebody on a journey, and then they're confused and they're scared. So at the time, she could have been also feeling like she went a wrong way. It says, in a maze, dead end, wrong way.
Why'd you have to do this outside? I mean, I have a fan on, and granted, it's like I'm using a desktop microphone and webcam, but goddamn, why do you have to do it outside? The wind is cutting your words. I'm having to read your text on the screen.
It's maybe feel like she did something wrong or something was done wrong or there was a dead end to the situation, and also feeling confused and scared about it, and also confused and scared about the future, her future. So this card also talks about lessons and experiences learned from challenges and in life that can ultimately shape you into a better person. But it just feels like in this situation Alex was in, she felt like it was no way out. There was
The situation I was in?
felt like it was no way out. There was a dead end. Solving the mystery of the death of Ashley Janae continues. That can ultimately shape you into a better person. But it just feels like in this situation Alex was in, she felt like it was no way out. There was a dead end. Solving the mystery of the death of Ashley Janae continues.
Okay, that was a slip up. Ah. So it also sounds like she just went back on her original thought because she realized, like, hey, it might just... Have you ever thought about using those cards to solve your brain mystery? I love it. Anyway, it seems like she went back on what she was saying because she realized, hey, this might just be a suicide. I should stop trying to blame people for murder they never committed because I still owe $10,000 million. However, I think she's just doing this all for clicks and views. In her bio, she mentions that this is she's rebuilding from her previous thing that had like 137k followers. And another piece of evidence that I have to show that she's doing this for clicks. In the midst of her trying to solve this mystery, she decides to do a little bit of thirst trapping. Do a little booty wiggle. Tee-hee! Girl, you need to figure out what you want to do with the TikTok. I mean, it's showing off the place that you're in, fine. If you want to try to do, like, tarot card readings, okay. Stop trying to pin murders on people. But, like I said, I got my own tarot cards. I'm going to do reading. Initially, I was going to do a reading on the case that she did before and show how ridiculous doing a tarot card reading on a actual event is. However, I think, because I feel bad, because there's still, like, mourning going on. Real lives have been affected, so instead, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a tarot reading on Miss Ashley Gillard. So, girl, free of charge, you're going to get a tarot reading. Alright, so before I get it set up and do the actual reading, I want to inform you this is the Path of Horror tarot set. It's really, really interesting design. It's kind of like a horror vibe to it. Hold on. Like, this is the 8 of Hellfires. What's Hellfires, you might ask? Well, the guidebook lets us know what each suit is, like, replacing. All of the face cards, the major arcana cards, are all the same. But the minor arcana, the suit of skulls, is normally the suit of cups. Now, it's water element, and it's associated with emotions, intuition, relationships. So it's like how you interact with people, like the emotions you feel and whatnot. The suit of Bibles. It's interesting that they use Bibles, but it's like they mentions like this suit's more like religion based, like heavily like, influenced by religion. The suit of Bibles is a reimagining of the suit of wands. Or staves. I've seen staves too. The staves usually represent intelligence, creativity, inspiration. Sometimes, like, some of the cards would have, like, two people fighting with the wands. And that would be like a fight of skill. The suit of Viking horns replaces the swords. That usually represents strength, courage, usually a conflict. Either like a conflict or a rival. And last but not least is the Hellfires. And this is, of course, the suit of pentacles or coins. I've also seen both of that. And this is material wealth. I hit my microphone again. It's like wealth stability. Pretty much earthly materials. So, I am going to be doing the 10 card layout, which is also known as the Celtic cross. And I will explain that as we go. Okay, so here's me shuffling the cards. I don't do the reverse cards because the Hanged Man is upside down. I wonder if that's a sign. Because, it's like, shuffling it, you would have to, like, turn it upside down. And the idea is, like, the spirits are supposed to be guiding the cards. So I guess they, like, can guide your hands to spin the cards, I guess, if they wanted to. But I'm just... And yeah, my shuffling sucks. I mean, look at, like, the traditional. And also, these are relatively new. I've been shuffling them just about all day. Yeah, see, look at that shuffle work. That's terrible. They would not hire me at a casino. So, if the screen looks weird, it's because I'm gonna have it be angled, because these cards are long. I can't do them like this. I guess I can, actually. No, it's like, it's gonna be easier to do it like this. I have the space to do it like, well, mostly. Alright, that gave me a little bit more space. Like I said, this is... I just wanted to see, make sure they were standing up. I don't even know what they are. They're gone in the deck now. So, good and shuffled. I'm doing this so you know that I didn't cut. So, this is going to be the 10 card spread. It's going to look different on the table here, but that's fine. The first one is you. Pretty much like the whole thing in question, which is going to be Ashley's like whole presence on TikTok and her reading cards to try to solve mysteries. So that's her, Gillard. The problem, which is her getting herself into issues with the law. Number 3, the past. Pretty much what's happened in the past that leads into what's going on. The future. So it's like past, present, future. So the future is what's going to happen. Now, this is the conscious. This explores what you are focused on and where your mind is. It pretty much is like what you're doing or thinking or where you're at in regards of the situation. Unconscious. This reveals what is not inside you. It goes around the world. And normally they... Wait, I think I can have it be 4 along the side. Hold on. Hold on. Can I make room for that? I think I can. I think I can. I am the train that could. I think I can. I think I can. Alright. So, starting from the bottom here, this is your influence. The stuff that is the world around you and how that affects you. So pretty much, this is what people are thinking and saying and doing. This is what's affecting your world, your perspective around, like, this situation. And then this is the external influence. What people are saying or thinking, like, that are just watching your situation unfold. Hopes and fears. Now, it's not exactly like your hope and your fear. This pretty much represents what like the underlining desire or the outcome you want it to be. But this is the real outcome. Now, I'm going to do a disclaimer. This is for education, not education. This is for entertainment purposes. Alright? I'm not saying this is a perfect reading of Ashley Gillard. Nor am I'm not mocking her. I am showing a alternative on doing a card reading on the internet. Alright. I got my handy dandy guidebook. I know I'm cringe. So this card represents Ashley. Ace of Viking Horns. Now remember, that's the sword. And because I'm going to have this tilted as a vertical, I'm going to have on the side the card this represents. So, the Ace of Horns. Alright. So this card is saying that now is an excellent time to start a new project that requires your intellect, communication skills, and mental power. You may be on the verge of a significant breakthrough or a new way of thinking that allows you to view the world with clear eyes. So that's her right now. I promise you, I did not stack this deck. Okay. But from what I've seen from the last 2 videos and like I commented, it does seem like she's realizing that her constantly blaming people for murders is not a good thing. So number 2 is the problem, which would be her getting in trouble with the law. The son. That's interesting. And I'm sorry, I'm not cutting through me trying to find the pages. Because, oh, here it is. Because I don't want to be, like, oh, he cut, there's a cut, he cut so he can swap cards. No, I'm not doing that. The Sun Tarot card represents the feeling of joy, success, and positivity. Which, I know how to phrase, just hold on. The sun itself symbolizes warmth, vitality, and enlightenment, while the child riding the horse, I don't know if you can see that well. I'll have the pictures up on the screen anyway. I'll have it flipped to the normal card. A pure, innocent spirit full of energy and vitality. It can also signify new beginnings, new ventures, or the birth of a child, which is not what we're talking about here. Card encourages you to hold your success and bask in the warmth of your achievements. It also reminds you to stay positive and hopeful as you move forward towards your goals. However, this is the problem. This is the issue. The issue is that Ashley Gillard is, like, she went on, did a reading that turned out to be false, doubled and tripled and quadrupled down on it, and she's basking in what she perceives as a victory. But that's the problem. It's not all sunshines and rainbows right now for her. 3 is the past. 7 of Hellfires. Oh, is that... Was Hellfires, the Pentacles? Hold on. Yeah, that represents wealth in her past. The card shows you understand the value of putting in time and energy for longer-term rewards. Okay. You also want to make sure you are putting your attention on the right area instead of wasting time and effort on tasks that will not deliver any sustainable value. Now, keep in mind, this is the past. And we're talking about the Idaho murders and her involvement in it. She really did put her craft into work and did not deviate from her desired outcome. I don't know if that is such a poisoned well way of saying it, or a leading phrase. Take that as you will. Okay, number 4 is the future. King of Hellfires. Oh. This card suggests you are confident and successful at attacking and managing wealth. Not only do you identify growth opportunities, but you also draw upon your self-discipline and control to manage your wealth and invest it wisely. You can now enjoy all that you've accomplished and the success you have created. So, Ashley, if you're watching this, don't get excited by this and stop here. 'Cause this is your future, not the outcome. So, right now she's, like, vacationing somewhere. And she's enjoying the money that she has. And I'm not judging her for that. It's the fact that she has a $10 million lawsuit on her head. But this represents wealth in the future. So, this might mean that Ashley might actually put together, like, find a way to manage money to come up with the $10 million to pay her So 5 is what she perceives the situation. The King of Viking Horns, which is the King of Swords. The King... Oh, it says "or" in here. The King of Viking Horns suggests you are in your power, ruling from a place of authority and respect. You stand firm in your truth and express yourself with deep conviction. It also encourages you to use your logic and intellect to navigate the path ahead. That is so what she's thinking right now. This is hilarious. I swear I did not stack this deck. I shuffled it, you saw me shuffle it, you saw me deal it. There's no cuts. This is all legit. And also, random placement of cards. I just want to add that. So this is what everybody around her is thinking. The Magician. This is great. I was expecting the Fool, but the Magician works too. The Magician makes things happen. This card is associated with power, control, and the ability to manipulate situations to your advantage. It represents the cunning, resourcefulness, and confidence needed to overcome obstacles in the darkest of situations. Like the Magician in this card, he is holding a Bible and a Hellfire, representing the powerful figure capable of channeling both supernatural power and dark magic to achieve their goals. In other words, he seems to hold the keys to life and death. And that's what people are thinking. But not in the good way. And the reason why I say that is because she has this debt that she needs to pay, but instead she goes on to TikTok to whine and complain about it, and now she's doing a new investigation. So it's like... she's using what people would say is dark arts. I'm not calling this dark arts. It's not dark arts. It's playing out cards and the ability to read them. But that's what people think she's doing. Now, this is her influence on the situation. Not what she's thinking. This is what she's doing that... I want to say, like, leads into the problem, or would lead into the solution. I'm gonna let you decide. The Hermit. Oh. I think I know what this is going for. The Hermit Tarot card is often associated with introspection, solitude, and the search for inner wisdom. You realize that your most profound sense of truth and knowledge is within yourself and not in the distractions of the outside world. The Hermit suggests that it is time to take a break from the noises and focus on your inner self. This is time for self-reflection, meditation, and contemplation, which is what she says she's doing. So this is what she's trying to do to solve this situation. This is what external influences are doing about this situation. The Star. Number 1, the Larch. The Larch. Okay, first of all, let's take a minute to appreciate the art on this card, if it's visible. The Star card represents hope, inspiration, and renewal. It signifies that after a period of struggle or hardship, there is a sense of calm and peacefulness will emerge. The card indicates that you should focus on your hopes, dreams, and aspirations and have faith in the universe that you will be able to achieve your goals. Now remember, this is other people's influence. Card also symbolizes spiritual awakening, inner guidance, and intuition. It encourages you to trust your instincts, follow your heart, and believe that there is always a light at the end of the tunnel. Which I think is pretty much like the comments and people around like Facebook and TikTok talking about the situation still. Talking about how she just needs to just stop. Like it says, like, sense of calm and peacefulness. It's like, if she just stops doing the murder mysteries, trying to solve them, then people won't be so upset at her. People won't come at her and sue her for defamation. So this is what she's hoping or fearing. 8 of Bibles. What was the Bibles was the, Wands. Oh. Which is, skill. The Age of Bibles is a dynamic card containing a high level of energy that propels you forward to reach your goals. Everything is moving fast right now, so make the most of this moment to manifest your goals and dreams. Go with the flow, don't resist it. So, she might be hoping to take this easy, which checks out. She just wants to go with the flow. But I don't think that going with the flow is going to help you. You have to focus. Like this says. You gotta focus. And now for the outcome. 4 of Viking horns. Oh, I keep getting this one. Like with my other deck I had. The 4 Viking horns recommends taking a break before taking on the next challenge. Even if you're productive and highly motivated, take time out of your busy schedule to recharge and heal your body and mind. Pausing to reflect after each major challenge will position you well for success in the future. Which, I'm going to say, ties in to the future of the King of Hellfires. If you stop, take a breather, solve the issue, pay your dues. Pay your dues. You will come out on top. And that's not just me saying that because I feel that she should obey the law pretty much. But even the cards are telling you, the tarot cards that I shuffled and randomly placed in the Celtic cross, these cards are telling you to take a breather. Stop what you're doing. Not necessarily stop TikTok altogether, like I said. Some of the vacation videos are actually kind of interesting. But stop, take a break from the tarot cards. Maybe practice them on your own. Don't broadcast it. But at the very least, don't broadcast murder mysteries. Okay? Actually, I wonder. In the spirit of what I just did here. Actually, if you're watching this, I challenge you. Do a tarot card reading on me as like a response to my video. You could do it your way, however you want it. But I want to see shuffling of the cards, drawing of the cards, and explaining of the cards. Now, I know TikTok is short form, but I think they've said that they have it so you can do 10 minutes now? I don't know. I don't do TikTok, I do YouTube. So, also, let me know what you guys think of the how this is unfolded. Tell me what you interpret, because this is what it is. It's interpretation. It's your mindset. That's why when I do like a full reading like this, I don't tell the person what they're thinking, what their problem is, what the situation is that they want a reading on. They think it in their head, and they stew on it. And I just unveil the cards like I just did, and I explain it. I explain in vague terms what they do. I know I didn't really do it this time because I'm focusing on the whole situation. But I tell them the vague meaning and like what the card is in the book is suggesting, and the person comes to their own conclusion. It helps them to think through their past, their present, their future, what the cards are probably telling her, or telling her what people are probably thinking or saying. I've done a really, really successful one with this one woman that helped her with her situation at her job. That's all I knew what was going on, was the situation at job. She started explaining. I'm like, no. In your mind only. And while I was reading it out, I couldn't make sense of it. It was all garbled. But to her, the whole thing, past, present, future, her thoughts, influences, people, and then like the outcome, it all made sense to her. She put all the pieces together, and she actually went and applied it to the situation, and it worked for her. It's not always going to work. I want to say that. It's not always going to work, but somehow, for some reason, it worked for her. So, just let me know what you think. And Ashley Gillard, if you're watching this, I don't mean any harm. Do not give Ashley or anybody involved in anything any hate. Don't go and try to solve murders by reading cards. Murders are solved by being in the place, in this area, in the situation. You can't just read cards and then say, this person's the murderer, no matter what the evidence says. You just cannot do that. And let's let Ashley Gillard be the teacher for that. So, until next time, stay nerdy.